Welcome to LifeForce Online, an internet video program dedicated to helping us increase our wholeness and well-being through the use of the LifeForce inner workouts. Hi, this is Beth Green, your host, and I welcome you all, especially those of you that I can see in the studio, but in addition to that, all of you who are out there. Please do the best you can to follow me. That includes the sounds, the words, the movements, and the breathing, if any of those occur. Sometimes in LifeForce movements can get a little fast or complicated. Don't worry about doing them perfectly. Now this kind of breath many of you have already done. It's that you make a sound in the back of your throat as you're breathing in through your nose. So it's kind of like a whistle in a wind. Actually, are you breathing in through your nose? I don't know how you're breathing. I just started to do this breath spontaneously. Must be. It's a great breath. We bow to the universe. We bow to one another. Well, I feel that I have to say something about the opening, even though I've been doing that same opening since I started to do LifeForce, which was, I can't even remember, back in 2005 is what someone is prompting me. We've always started, we bow to the universe, we bow to one another. And I'd like to share with you why we do that. Because the LifeForce program, like really everything, does not come from us. It comes from somewhere out there in the universe. And we are in humility, in relationship to the universe. We bow to the universe that gives us LifeForce. That gives us LifeForce through the grass and the trees. That gives us LifeForce through the earth, through the stars, through the air, through food, through the direct channeling of divine energies. And so we bow to the universe as an expression of gratitude to the universe for LifeForce and for the LifeForce program, which comes to me spontaneously every time we do it. So that's another reason that we bow to the universe. So that moment is that moment of surrender which allows us to be guided. And then we bow to one another because we're showing our respect that even though you may not see anybody else while you're doing LifeForce, you know that we are a collective consciousness and that we are working together for the highest good of all. And so we bow in gratitude and respect for all of us who are working together with or without our knowing it towards a better world. And that's not just through LifeForce. So now with that in mind, I'd like to invite us now to do that bow again and see if you can feel what that really means. We bow to the universe. We bow to one another. Your wrist is loose and you're forming a kind of upside down cup over the crown. So if you can get your hand back over the top of your head, not in front of it, that's better. Now raise your hand into the prayer position. Bring the flow down. Breathe in. And continue. Place your hands together. Clasp your own hands firmly. Feel the strength of your own grip. Now start to identify with that strength. I don't mean you should be squeezing your hand till it hurts. I mean, just feel firmly if you can, if you have that capacity. If not, imagine yourself doing it. Connect to the firmness of your grip. Can you feel and sense the power? Now breathe in again. These are all the in the nose, through the nose breaths. And then release. Bring up your foot and rub counterclockwise, which is like up to the left, down to the right. That's counterclockwise. And now you're doing that over your foot above the toes. You're creating a stimulation. Take your hand away. Now, become aware of that same area that you were just touching and feel it opening like a mouth opens. And open your mouth and breathe in. And feel the breath coming in through the top of your foot. So try that again. Let's start from that counterclockwise, light touch, and realize that you're opening a cavern. Okay, now relax and open your mouth and breathe into your foot. Put your foot down and just observe if you feel any difference between your 2 feet. One is breathing in the chi, coming in from the universe. So let's let the left foot catch up, shall we? You know, I said that we bow to the universe because the LifeForce program comes from out there. I never know what we're going to do in LifeForce or in any of the other programs that I so-called lead. So now we're going, this is clockwise, which is up to the right, down to the left, right? I've noticed that people sometimes get confused between clockwise and counterclockwise. So, and if you're watching me, you may be seeing something the opposite. So just be aware of what it is. And that's the way we're turning. And we're going to stop now. We're going to breathe in again through the top of the foot and hold that breath. We're breathing in through the mouth. Identifying the open mouth with the open foot. And now one more time, we're circling the top of the foot. See if you can't even envision that there's a big hole in the top of your foot when you stop. And that when you open your mouth and breathe in, that all of this chi is flowing into the top of your foot. If you can still feel that chi coming into the top of your feet, even if you don't feel it completely, even if you can just sense it a little, that would be great. And then simultaneously, now I'm going to confuse you, there is going to be chi coming up from the earth under your feet. So here we have this big hole that the chi is coming into under, and then the chi is coming in from underneath. Can you feel that? Doesn't have to be huge. Just any sense of it would be great. And as you do, you will notice that your foot feels more attached. It's almost stuck because it's being held on both sides, from the bottom and from the top. Can you feel that? You're getting more and more attached, like there's glue at the bottom of your feet. You may notice now that your legs are becoming a little more tense. They're getting filled with energy. Something is shifting in the way your legs feel. They're not just like that, because when that chi is coming through, it just invigorates you. It gives you a different tone. And that chi is beginning to rise and rise and rise all the way up through here. And now it's rising. You may simultaneously, some of you, be feeling that there's chi coming down through your crown. How did that happen? So if you feel that, that's perfectly okay. Now we're going to breathe. And feel very calmly and subtly how the chi just keeps rising in your body. Because it's coming into your feet from both sides and it's just filling you. I would say the word that I'm looking for is that your body is getting more taut because it's getting more filled. We have a commentary from my spiritual guide here. I think the assumption is the next thing is that I'm going to be getting on the floor doing that. Because I always follow guidance. Yes. Whatever I see, I tell you to do.
He's breathing in the chi through his ears.
That's it. It's coming from the floor. That's a wonderful idea. Now, some of you, at least, will find there's a block right here. Most of you will find there's a block right here. Most of us, I should say. Okay, as the chi rises, put your hand here, and we are doing counterclockwise again, right? Circling. And now I want you to see a deep crater where your heart was, and breathe in through your mouth and feel the energy now coming in through the heart. You feel a change? It can be quite dramatic. Let's do it again. As that chasm starts opening, it's like there's a big hole. It sounds gruesome, but it's not. Okay, let that hole open more. And as you breathe in through the mouth, feel that you're breathing in through that hole you've created. Hold the breath. Become aware that there's chi now coming in through your back, behind that hole. And release. Now keep the awareness that there's like a crater in this huge area. It's nothing negative. It's just opening a space for chi to come in. And I said that we created this hole, but we really didn't create it. We just invited it. And as we breathe in again, feel to the degree that you can the chi coming in behind your heart as well. Now feel it start to rise up through the throat and all the way through to the top of your head, up through the crown, and now see a fountain of chi coming out through the top of your head. We are going to stand up. And be aware of that fountain. Let that fountain continue to flow and feel your hands being filled with the chi that is coming up from your feet and then again into your heart that's converging and moving up. You're bringing your right arm above your head, going sideways, and now you're bringing your left arm behind you, and I'll turn around to show you. It goes around the waist, across the waist. Now press in with your left hand and arm. Press against your back, see, at your waist, and lean back. Just a little. I'll show you from the side now. And you can bend your knees, of course. Breathe in, raise your arm up. Slowly straighten your back. You can keep your knees bent. You're going to bring your left arm around. So now your left hand is up and your right hand is under, and let the left hand continue to rise. And feel like you're going to get on your toes, but don't. It's a feeling of, oh, I'm going to do it, but just don't do it. But it will change the way you feel. And keep reaching up, stretching and stretching your left elbow back. You should feel a stretch. I didn't mean elbow, I meant shoulder. You should feel a stretch in your shoulder. Now see if you can follow, just do the best you can. Raising up the left knee, bringing out the right arm. So you're balancing yourself. The plan is not for you to fall over. Flex your shoulders. Stretch out the left leg. Put the heel down. Bend your knees. This should be very relaxed. Back on your left toe. Bring your foot back. Up with the left. Turn your right foot out. Bring it outward. Don't fall. Balance yourself with the right leg. And if you feel like you might fall over, change your position. Hold on to a wall. You know, this is not supposed to hurt anybody. There's no test. You may feel a stretch in your thigh. And now, we're rocking a little bit to the right. Breathe in. Bring your arm up. And let's start bringing our right foot back. Make sure your shoulders are very relaxed. We're continuing to move very slowly, if you notice. Bend over, keep your hands on top of your knees, holding on to your thighs, I guess. Fortunately, there's a nurse in the room.
Your quads.
And a physical therapist. Your quads, okay. Great, great. When I used to do LifeForce all by myself, I never knew what to call anything. I had to count on the visual. And you're keeping your head back. Squeeze your hand. Now I want you to tighten your anus and your hands and then release. I want you to feel as though strength is entering your body. Strength is entering your legs. You don't have to understand it. You can't explain it. Just feel it, believe it, that there is a strengthening happening. You can feel it. Some of you, at least, can feel it. And I'd like you to say these words, please. Strength can enter me.
Strength can enter me.
Strength can enter me.
Strength can enter me.
Lift your right knee. And now we shall sit down. We bow to the universe. We bow to one another. The kinds of movements and experiences that we have had today, we don't have every day, most of us. We don't live in the universe which supports us to have this experience. For some of you, it was a very strong, powerful experience. I'm sure for some of you, it was extremely subtle, maybe even difficult to sense. But something was happening, especially we could feel it in our legs, that when we were doing that strengthening that was coming into our legs. And that came from doing movements and breathing and having connections that we don't typically have in our everyday life. That doesn't mean we can't. Doesn't mean we don't have access. We need training, we need support. So thank you for joining me for this week's LifeForce Online. Please practice this. Keep getting the value of the strength that we received in this workout. And keep sensitizing yourself to your own capacity to connect to that which strengthens you. Thank you for joining me for this week's LifeForce Online. Now please sit and meditate with me at the stream for as long as you are guided.